stayed for too long, and I woke up at your place again. And all this time, we said this would end. Instead, we completed that both of us needed more than a friend. Thought he'd be someone.
After a great night camped on the Red Cliffs, listening to the sound of the ocean, I was pretty keen to hit Cape Laveque Road and continue exploring further north. Driving up, I stopped in at Eagle Bay, really briefly, Middle Lagoon, Chili Creek, and finally Cape Laveque and One Arm Point. But I found the area incredibly touristy at those places. There was tons of people everywhere. Cape Laveque was a beautiful spot. So many people. And, you know, I was there at peak season, so what do I expect? But for me, I'm looking for those more remote campsites off the beaten track where I can be on my own, enjoying the Kimberley in a nice beach or a creek or a forest or something like that. So it didn't really tick all the boxes for me personally. So I have a bit of breakfast at Cape Laveque, make my way back down the track looking for something remote. And I think I found it. So I take a little track that makes its way to the eastern coast of the Dampier Peninsula. And straight away, as soon as I hit that track, I'm finding exactly what I'm after. Check it out.
Well, that's a bit of a problem. We've had a lot of bushfires in the area, just sort of fire prevention, pretty sure it is. I've only got an axe, so this is going to be interesting and it's going to take quite a while. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera down and might set up a time lapse instead. Should probably put my boots on too. I don't think the old Chinese safety boots are going to cut it, swinging around the axe for half an hour. Hopefully someone comes along with a chainsaw.
I'm not sure what it is, but there's always been a little something that I enjoy about using an axe to cut down trees for firewood or if it's blocking the road. It's something a little primal. I can't put my finger on it, but despite my axe being, a little bit blunt and it's quite a bit of work cutting down a tree like this to clear a road, I don't know, I enjoy it. I'd much rather cut this thing down into pieces than just pull it off to the side and keep going. Call me strange, but it's something I've always enjoyed and it's probably something I'll always do.
This is going to take a while. it's going. Time to use the winch to finish it off.
After a short time hacking away at this tree, some fellow tourists arrived to lend a helping hand. If it's just me around, I don't mind taking my time to cut something like this up, but I don't want to hold other people up just to indulge myself, so we use a little track that's just on the far side. But we have a quick chat, but the boys have got everything they need. Well, the boys and girls, they've got everything as well. So they obviously know what they're doing, and they grab the tree and pull it up a tiny little track that's cut off just to the side there. So we clear the track in probably less than 5 minutes, and then everyone can get on their way again. Before they pull this tree off into the bushes, so I just wanted to break off this one little branch. I made all that effort to cut halfway through it, and so it would have been a bit of a shame not to snap it off with the winch like I planned to. They get themselves set up on the far side there to pull the rest of the tree up a little side track while I muck around with the winch.
Where are you guys from?
Germany and French.
Beautiful. Been travelling around long?
Ah, yeah, we're since here since October last year.
Oh wow, so you've been going for a while?
Yeah, we started in Brisbane.
Yeah. Going across the top end?
Yeah, we're travelling down.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
With the track clear, I pull over to the side of the road and let the guys make their way to camp for the night. It was good having a bit of a quick chat with them about their travels around Australia. They've been going for more than a year, and I wish them the best of luck. They look like they're having a fantastic time, and they're getting out and about and seeing the country as a lot of us do as well. So if you happen to see this when you get back home to Germany and France, get in touch. I'd love to say g'day.
Well, wasn't that interesting? Glad to get some help. Those boys from Germany, France, boys and girls I should say, they're on the right side to be able to pull it up on that little track, which is nice. A lot quicker than chopping it up, although I secretly do enjoy using the axe. It's pretty good. I do need to get myself a chainsaw at some stage. I was looking at some of the electronic chainsaws. They look like a decent bit of kit. Especially with my car, I've got a good inverter. I drive around a lot to get to all these different places. So, you know, I'm not short of power. So I've got plenty of time to charge things up. I'm always charging the batteries for the drone and the iPad and the GPSs and sat phone and everything else I've got on here. So, yeah, that was good. Hot and sweaty. One of the good things about Bully's camp is it's not one of those tourist traps. He's not hitting you up every 5 minutes for money if you look in a certain direction. All the other ones on the western side of Cape Laveque, they're in beautiful, pristine spots, but you're fighting for a place with 200 other caravans, giant road-bound caravans. It's not really full driving for much of the west coast of Cape Laveque. It's a bit hard pressed. Even when you go to James Price Point, you know, there's this nice little coastal track that follows a ridge line, and you can drive from James Price Point all the way up to Quandong Point along that ridge line. and along the beaches there. And through that section, oh, here we go, just got another car, so I'll move over. Through that section there, I kid you not, there was every 100 metres, there was another camper. I'm going to say good day. See you later. Will do. Yeah, it was pretty good actually, getting to swing the axe for a bit. It got a good sweat up. I haven't done that in a little while. Swing the axe, I mean, not get a sweat. So yeah, it was pretty handy having those German tourists pull up on the far side like that, and where they were, there's this nice little goat track. They were able to drag the tree straight up that goat track with the troopy, which was pretty handy. I would have had to have set up snatch blocks and done several pulls, and then even after that I probably wouldn't have got that tree off the track completely, pulling in that direction. So it was handy having that troopy there, and they gave it plenty. They know what they're doing. They've been in the country for a little while, looking at the heavy tan they've got on them. They must be scared of sunscreen or something, and yeah, bloody good on them. Good to see him getting out there, good to see him coming down tracks like this to go to some of the more remote campsites. Probably trying to save a bit of money too, so they can keep exploring. But this track into Bully's camp is sandy, but not too bad. If you're down to 25 psi in your tyres, then you know, you'll get through without too many dramas. It can be rocky in some places, and as you saw, some trees can come down and cause you some dramas. It's not very well signposted, so there's a couple of forks in the road. One of the forks is where there's this abandoned trailer. Someone's left like a box trailer just on the side of the road. I don't know what the go is though. It looks in reasonably good nick. It's still got its tyres, but I don't know how long that'll last. So yeah, when you come into this place, on the HEMA maps it shows just a single track, but there are a number of forks that come off this track. If you stick to your left as you're coming in, you'll make it all the way to Bully's camp, no problem at all.
I've never been known for my cautious side. You should know that I'm well aware. I don't want anything left untried. Will you come with me, mon cher? So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. So let us just do my love and see where this road will take us now. It's not that you're timid, no one could say. Choosing to walk with the gale. What shall we call us? Hobos per se. We'll find that out on the way. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let us just where this road will take us now.
Bully's camp has stunning beaches on both sides of the peninsula. While the facilities are fairly basic, the view more than makes up for the rest. I spend the night listening to the sounds of the bush, cooking by the fire, and planning my travels for the next day. Tomorrow, I hit the Gibb River Road for the first time, and I'm going to make a beeline for Wanjina Gorge.
I've never been known for my cautious side. I know the wind that I stir is a gale. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let's just do my love and see where it goes. So let's just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let's just do my love and see where this road will take us now.
Today's a big travel day for me. I make my way south, back down the Cape Laveque Road, across the Great Northern Road and hit Derby. When I'm in Derby, I check into the visitors centre and double check to make sure of the track conditions that are going to be in front of me. I find out one of the tracks that I plan to do is partially closed. That's the Munja track. It's partially closed in the last section that takes you to Walcott Inlet. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one at this stage. The Gibb River Road starts now. The brown dirt, the corrugations, the remote tracks leading to gorges and waterfalls, and all that famous stuff that Kimberley's known for. For me, this westward track is a long time coming. It's an opportunity to meet some locals that, as a Pilbara boy, you feel a little bit of a kindred spirit with. There's a lot of stations, a lot of bush to cover, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the Windjana Gorge tonight when I arrive. How good's this? That's a beautiful spot. I got into Windjana pretty late last night, probably about 7 o'clock. I walked into the gorge, tried to do a bit of photography. It was a bit too dark. Spent most of yesterday driving. Left Bully's camp and refueled, resupplied in Broome, and then drove to get to Wanjina Gorge, which is where I camped last night. I feel like I need to whisper. This place is so quiet. probably seems pretty silly, but this Pilbara bloke's pretty keen to find his first croc out here, even if it's just a freshwater croc. Just coming up to a sandbank now, hopefully I'm quiet and don't disturb any. A few of these freshies are trying to warm up already. Let's see what I can find. Have a look at this. These trails are amazing. It's nice and cool. It's probably only about 15 degrees. Got the place all to myself. All these secret little hideaways. You can see why they made it a national park, that's for sure. You definitely wouldn't want the masses in here uncontrolled, cutting up all this beautiful bushland for firewood. I am absolutely pumped. This place is amazing. Still haven't seen my first croc yet, but this gorge is a must-see, and definitely take the time to get up early, listen to the birds, walk through it without any other tourists. That campground's absolutely chock-a-block, so get here nice and early before the crowds and just soak it all in. It doesn't get any better than this. We don't have anything like this in the Pilbara. This is magic.
Thanks for watching my video. Hit like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you'd like to help with the creation of these videos, check out my Patreon page from the link above.